Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Frank Kessie, as it has been reported that Barca will not sell the midfielder for anything less than his market value, which stands at 25 million euros. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, in this episode, talking about right back Joao Cancelo, that Barca have been showing a lot of interest lately. It has been reported that the player have responded to what Guardiola said about Xavi, saying that Xavi was misinformed. Last January when Javi said Man City outrightly refused to send him to Barca when Barca knocked on the door. We're also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. With Barcelona being linked with several midfielders in the market such as Ilkay Gundogan, Sergi Dada and Giovanni Lo Celso, it has created serious doubts over the future of Frank Kessie. The 26-year-old midfielder Frank Kessie joined Barca only last summer, arriving on a free transfer after his contract with AC Milan came to an end. While the Ivory Coast international never really got a regular run in the team under Javi Hernandez, he did demonstrate the value he brings with some important contributions. Despite that, there has been a lot of talk about Frank Kessie being available for a transfer this summer, with Barca needing to make sales in order to achieve financial fair play margin. However, Catalan outlet Sport is now reporting that several members of the Barcelona technical staff like Frank Kessie very much and will not consider selling him for a price lower than his market value this summer. The former AC Milan star has attracted a lot of interest from last season's UEFA Champions League runners-up Inter Milan, who have been telling him since the winter window. However, the Nerazzurri are not in a position to be able to pay a large sum of money for his signing, and they are instead pushing for a player exchange deal involving Marcelo Brozovic, an idea that Xavi is now warming up to. But Barcelona sporting staff are firm on the stance that Frank Kessie will be sold only for cash offers that too for proposals that are around or in excess of his market value, which currently stands at 25 million euros. Considering that he brings in a different profile to the other midfielders in the ranks, the Ivorian is a valued commodity and Barcelona do not wish to give him away for peanuts. Thus, only a substantial offer could convince the La Liga champions to part ways with the Ivorian midfielder this summer. If not, they appear perfectly okay with the idea of keeping a hold of Frank Kessie for the upcoming season. Of course, you would expect that Frank Kessie staying at Barca for next season, is like he's putting his own career at risk. Because now we are talking about a transfer window where manager Javi is pushing more for midfielders. A new DM is going for Ilkay Gundogan, and more importantly, he's going for maybe another attacking midfielder, which means possibly we can have three midfielders. Then, do you expect Frank Kessie to ever touch the ball? I doubt it. I really doubt it, except it's in the Copa del Rey matches. I very much doubt. And of course, this guy have been interested. This guy have been linked to a lot of clubs, Inter Milan and also in the Premier League. And Barcelona are putting him in the market against his own wish because Frank Kessie have already said many times that he really wants to stay and he doesn't. He have not really given what he thought he would have given since joining Barca last summer. And to be honest, I think Frank Kessie didn't see this coming when joining. Unfortunately, he met a manager that does not fancy him, in his starting 11, does not fancy him in his style of play. And of course, it's been a very, very, terrible situation for Frank Kessie. But I think whenever given the opportunity last season, Frank Kessie made the most of it. When Pedri was injured, when Frankie de Jong was injured, when Busquets was injured, we saw Frank Kessie stepping up the mantle and still replacing those players very well that we couldn't even miss them that much because he's a quality player. This is the guy who helped AC Milan 2 seasons ago to win the Scudetto, and you don't expect him to just be a flop. It's not like Xavi doesn't. I don't know. Xavi doesn't see him fitting into his system. That's just it. That is just it. Apart from that, there are better clubs out there that they can take this guy and you'll be a starter all day long. So it's just unfortunate. His manager even said Franchisi is not for sale and stuff like that. That those were just rumors, but it is real. Barca know that midfielders will likely be coming this summer, and definitely there should be some sacrifices. We see players like Pablo Torre, they will not be there, that's for sure. Pablo Torre have no chance to be there, especially when we buy a new DM. Pablo Torre can never be there because there have been talk about a possible loan, which I believe there will be a loan deal for him. And of course, Frankisi's own chances will just further go down. So it's going to be a very difficult season if he stays. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Recently, Barca manager Javi Hernandez claimed that Man City blocked their attempt to sign right back Joao Cancelo on loan during the January transfer window. The Catalans were keen on signing the Portuguese on loan in the winter after he had a falling out with Pep Guardiola. However, they were unsuccessful in their pursuit as the right back ended up signing for Bayern Munich instead. And manager Javi believed that Manchester City were the reason behind Barca's failure to sign the player. He said, "We wanted Joao Cancelo at Barca in January. He was offered and we said yes. City discussed that internally and then they told us they did not want to allow Joao Cancelo join Barcelona. However, Guardiola has now come out to completely refute those rumors, saying that Xavi was misinformed. He said Xavi was misinformed. It is far from the truth. We decided that Joao had to leave, and we didn't care about where he's going. Like if he wanted to go to United, who cares? Who are City rivals? You know, I'm not saying that he was misled, but I'm saying that Xavi was misinformed. He went to Bayern because Bayern wanted him. We didn't receive any offer from Barca. Having missed out on the capture of Cancelo in January, Barca are once again after his signing, as they hope to sign him on loan this summer. However, as things stand, they appear to be trailing Arsenal in the race as the Gunners are ready to sign him permanently. During the press interaction, Pep also spoke about Barca's progress under Xavi. Of course, he said Javi and Alemany are doing a great job. They know much better than I do. They have been here for a long time. When you win La Liga, you are the best team. And in Champions League, when it came to the group stage, they had a lot of injuries last season in the defensive phase, and they had been a great strength this year. They are also the refereeing decisions on the pitch either. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.